A real review of Spectating the London Marathon. Forget running the London Marathon just for a minute, because running it is one thing, but have you ever tried to spectate it? I feel like there should be some sort of training just for this, and I should have been going out over the last 6 months and posting my Strava on Instagram stories, doing some sort of long-standing Sunday training, because me, you're gonna need it. First of all, if you don't like crowds and you're a bit anxious, you're already and you'll hate this. Although saying that, this is probably one of the only days of the year that this whole city is all nice and upbeat. Everyone's in a good mood and chatting to each other on the underground, which in itself is mental for London. When I first got here, I went down to near where it all kicks off at the start, and it was all nice and chilled out at the beginning, but I was a little bit early. But it was probably about this point where it all started to go downhill. It's early morning and the sun's out, everyone's enjoying themselves. Grab a coffee, grab an orange juice. Don't think about the fact that you're gonna need a piss in about 20 minutes. I decided to work my way back through the growing crowd at this point to go and have a watch down by Tower Bridge. Surely there'll be some toilets down there. By the time I got there, I'd spent most of the morning searching for one, and I gave up in the end and joined a queue in Pret a Manger for their horrible single bog. I felt guilty using it and bought a bottle of water that I won't even drink in case I need another one. But anyway, back to the race. Tower Bridge is probably the worst place you can try and watch it, to be honest. There's people f***ing everywhere, and there was even a queue to try and get on it, so I decided to walk down a little bit further and try and find a gap somewhere. This was the best bit, watching everyone come past and cheering. It was all a little bit out of my comfort zone and a bit positive, to be honest, but big up everyone running it and raising money for charity. You deserve it. But back to being a spectator, I'll be honest, after a while it does get a bit boring and you're f***ing knackered. There's loads of people flying about from different points trying to see people they know. I also saw a lot of stressed parents and dog owners in these crowds, so I'd try and avoid bringing them if you can. But for the most part, people are out here just having a good time, having a picnic and a drink, and seeming to not worry about where they're going to go for a piss. Even though it was early afternoon and I was knackered at this point, I tried to go down near the finish line, but Westminster was shut and the Jubilee line was jammed with Forest fans trying to get to Wembley for the semi-final. Good planning. But anyway, what have I learned from today? Well, I've learned for the size of this city, London's public toilet infrastructure probably needs looking at, as it will send your piss anxiety through the roof. And there's also probably a gap in the market for a London Marathon spectator training plan. I'm not saying it's quite as hard as running it, but it's got to be up there. See you next time.